Hey, Dr. Simmons here. Welcome to Pastoral Counseling. This is going to be a very interesting course for us. I'm looking forward to it. I like teaching this course. It's one of my favorite courses to teach. If you look at my experience, you'll see that I have a Master of Divinity, Doctor of Theology, Doctor of Philosophy, as well as a master's degree in counseling. I teach for Wayland's counseling program and been heavily involved in it. I teach a counseling course every term, and I've been a professional counselor. I've been a pastor. I've been a chaplain, I've been a missionary, I've been a professor and a dean for 20 years, and so I deal with people on a pretty regular basis. So I'm looking forward to this class. I hope this will be a good experience for you, and it's been a really good experience for me in the past. Let me go a little bit into what pastoral counseling is not. This course will not teach you to be a professional counselor. If you want to be a professional counselor, then you'll need to go into a master's program that has 48 hours, specifically deals with every aspect of counseling you can imagine, has internships and practicums that last over a year. You get to work with the counselor and do all those things. So this course does not make you a professional counselor. What it does do is it helps you be able to provide counsel to people as a minister or in a pastoral role. You deal with people, and we deal with people all the time with crises, with grief, with family issues, with work issues, with spiritual issues. And so when people come to us with some sort of issue, our goal as a pastoral counselor is to help them find some resolve, some calm, some peace, some stability. We don't always find them the answers they want. One of the things I tell my counseling students all the time is that if you're trying to identify someone's problems, then it won't work because you identified it rather than themselves. And if you try to find answers for people's problems, they won't accept them because those are yours. Here's what a good counselor does. A good counselor helps take that person on a journey to discover what their issues are. And then a good counselor helps people find some solutions to their issues. Therefore, they define their problem because they have ownership of it. And because they have ownership of it, they seek to try to find some solutions to it. Then they have ownership of that. Now, while we won't be doing anything nearly as complex as that, we will be touching on some of the issues that are there. So there are a number of things I want to encourage you. Start out right off the bat, not to do. First of all, don't tell them what their problem is. Don't tell them what their problem is. When a person comes to you and you know that they're grieving, you begin to ask questions. You begin to lead them into discussions so they can dig deeper and find out what some of their issues are. And probably their issues might be deeper than you think they are. The second thing I want to encourage you not to do is to come up with trite answers. One of the things I've noticed in 40 years of ministry and teaching in a college or seminary for 35 years on two continents is this, that we in a ministry tend to talk too much. We feel like people come to us and they're expecting an answer, and doggone it, we're going to give them an answer. Not good. So when you find someone who comes to you, you don't tell them what's wrong with them. You don't tell them what their problem is, and you don't talk too much. You just listen. You're there for them. When they come to you with issues, you say, wow, that's troubling. What exactly about that troubles you the most? Or what do you think is the most difficult part of that? Or you can move into just a non-judgmental statement, say, I see, and then let them talk some more. Or Carl Rogers was a genius at this, and the Rogerian concept is to just repeat the last thing they said. A person comes to you and says, Pastor, I'm really having some problems at work. And so your response is, so you're having problems at work. And then they go to the next stage. And so, first of all, try to help them figure out what it is that's troubling them. Some of those things will be pretty evident, of course, but let them come up with it. Let them define it in their words. Let them say, well, I'm really struggling with depression. I'm really down. I'm really discouraged. I'm really hurting. I'm really grieving. I'm angry. I'm disappointed. I'm spiritually confused. Let them define what their problem is. Don't define that for them. The second thing is keep your mouth shut. That sounds rude, doesn't it? Don't talk too much. Let them do the talking. Third thing I want you to avoid doing is giving them trite scriptures. Now, I will say later on that, of course, we'll talk about using scriptures appropriately. But what I want you to do is to just use scriptures that fit the need, but don't start out with that. You can deal with that a little bit later. Don't come up with trite answers. Had an experience where a family member lost a child, and I cannot tell you how many people in ministry came up to this family member who's close to me and said, well, God just needed another child in heaven. Or, well, it's just God's will. We've got to accept that. And what happened was this person came across saying, is this God? This is God who takes my child away? It's God's will to ruin my life and bring this grief and havoc to my family? It's God's will because he wants somebody in heaven to sing in his child's choir? And don't give them answers like that. Those normally backfire in our face. Again, we want to give answers, but we have to be careful. Our idea is, first of all, start out asking them some questions, leading them in discussions, reflecting on what they're saying so that they can come up with that. Then when they feel like they know what their issue is, then you can start saying, I wonder what do you think, what would help you? I'm trying to think about what would help me. What do you think is going to help you? Or where do you think you should go from there? Or something like that. Again, this is how we start a counseling session. It's not about making you a counselor. It's about helping people feel connected to a godly, spiritual person who can lead them. This is more about pastoral care and giving pastoral counseling. We're going to have a good time this term. We're going to talk about a lot of things. I teach advanced courses in this. I've done grief counseling. What else have I done? But I've done a couple of other advanced courses, and I like this. And as I said, I teach a graduate counseling course in our counseling program every term. So, and I was a professional counselor for a while. So I'm going to do everything I can to help you be skilled and equipped to do your very best. Hang on, because this is going to be a great course for you. It's going to be a lot of fun for me. And in the end, you're going to be able, or we all are going to be able to be that much more effective in bringing calm, resolution, peace, comfort, stability, and spiritual awareness to those who are around us. All right, let's get rolling on this and let's look forward to it.